She do what she wanna do. She do what she wanna do. Ooh. She do what she wanna do.
She do what she wanna do. Lower to the grave, tell you like it is to your face. She don't play. Aries chick down for it all. Know that she a boss. No competition, no loss. From the Midwest to the A, Autumn got you tuning in, no delay. Ooh, get you right every time. Keep you laughing on a dime. Tell you truth, no lies. So you can live your best life. Cover all topics, no limits. Got some for your mama and your children. No holding back. No gimmicks coming on strong. Get straight to business. Oh yeah.
Do what she wanna do.
Live life, live life.
She do what she wanna do.
Live life, live life,
She
live
do
life.
what she wanna do.
Live life, live life,
She
live
do
life.
what she wanna do.
Live life, live life, live life. Live life.
Lit life, lit life. I just want to let y'all know off jump that I have been having a few issues with my audio per usual, but you know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and get to it anyway. It's your girl, Autumn the Aries from the Lit Life podcast, where I encourage you to live your life autonomously. Welcome back. If you've been here before, if this is your jam, welcome back. I'm glad to see you here. If you this is your first time around, welcome. I'm pretty sure that I'll have a few first timers listening to this particular episode because of what I'll be talking about. And that's cool. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, my name is Autumn the Aries, and I'm your host today. You may know me as, again, Autumn the Aries from the Lit Life podcast. You may know me as Badge AutumnTheAries, which makes a difference here in this particular episode as I will be talking about my experience at Livefest 2024. That was put on by the Meet Group. So let's go ahead and get to it. What's been going on? Guys, you guys know I typically talk about what's been going on, but actually over the weekend, what did I do? I went to Live Fest. I went to Orlando. Um, a update on y'all best friend PJ. So PJ went to when I got back from Live Fest, PJ was like sneezing uncontrollably. I've heard her sneeze before, but not nearly as much as she was sneezing this time, and I was concerned. Y'all know I'd be paranoid. I mean, she was sneezing, and it kind of felt like allergies, but again, I don't really know because I'm not a vet. And of course, when I got on Google and started Googling shit, I just knew she was on her deathbed. So I'm like, let me take her to the vet. And I was so tired because I had just gotten back in. Well, let's see, I got back in on Monday. So on Tuesday is when I took her to the vet. They told me I can come and drop her off, which is what I did at about 9:45 in the morning. Her appointment was for 10:15, but I knew again that they were going to keep her a couple of hours. I sat up here and fell asleep, y'all, because I was tired and I wasn't feeling good. Still not really feeling all that great. I don't even really know what's going on, but I know I don't feel good. But I woke up and it was like 4 o'clock and I ain't heard nothing about my damn baby. So what did I do? I called a couple of times. Nobody was answering the phone at the damn pet hospital. Like, what the fuck? Like, I know y'all are not that busy to where you can't answer the damn phone. So what I do? I took my black ass up there and was like, what's tea? What's going on with my baby? Y'all, why they said PJ didn't bit the lady? And she likes to play and bite or whatever, but I think she was irritated because she probably had been sitting back there forever and she was ready to damn go. So she didn't went in there and acted a fool. Anyways, I had to sit there for about an hour. And they examined her and they clipped her nails or whatever, and they said that it's possibly she has like some sort of respiratory infection or issue going on. So they gave me some antibiotics that she has to take for the next 2 weeks. And hopefully that'll clear everything up. I gave it to her. Yeah, she has to get it twice a day. Once in the morning, once at night. And I gave it to her last night, and it seems like I haven't heard her sneeze maybe but once or twice. So I think it's already working. But I'm gonna make sure that I give her the medicine throughout the whole 2 weeks, and let that be that. So, anyways, yeah, so we're here to talk about Livefest, but you know what? Y'all already know how we got to do first. So, this is the Shut the Fuck Up Award. This is just about everybody's favorite part of the show. It's definitely one of my favorite parts of the show. And this is where you can literally tell a person, a place, a thing, an entity, a group of people, a corporation, a whatever you want to do, whatever whoever you want to tell, to shut the fuck up. And since I hadn't been recording for a while, which I'm back at it, y'all see me, I'm here giving y'all something every week. I had a whole lot of shut the fuck up awards built up, right? So many things I want to say shut the fuck up or shut the fuck up to. But since we're talking about Live Fest today, I think I'm gonna make my shut the fuck up award kind of short and sweet. And it is going to be um if you didn't attend Live Fest and you got some bullshit to say, I just need you to shut the fuck up. Cause I mean, come on, how is you hating from outside the club? So whatever your reason was for not attending, be it um, I've heard of various amount of reasons, right? Some people just said that they just couldn't do it this time around. Maybe they had to work, or some other people was like they felt like it was gonna be some bullshit. They didn't want to go hang with lames. I've also heard that they didn't want to go and be with a whole bunch of old people, which I never even thought of. Like, I'm thinking it was gonna be a whole bunch of people that was way younger than me. Like, wasn't even thinking in that sense, but that's just something that I heard. Some people didn't want to go because they felt like they might was gonna get in a fight, which again, that's some shit I don't really understand either because I don't really be on that. A whole lot of reasons, but if you didn't go and you've enjoyed the story, you've sat and listened or whatever, just don't be hating. Like, don't be a hater. Like, there's always next year. If you really want to go and you really want to come and experience it for yourself, please do that. But in the meantime, shut the fuck up about it. Cause what are we talking about? What are we on here? You know what I'm saying? What type of time are we on here? So got that out the way. I kind of want to just move through this. Again, I'm not feeling all that great. I know a couple of people asked me if I was going to do this live. I decided not to do it live because I didn't want to um have to manage the comments and all that stuff. And even though it ain't like it just be a few people in my live and shit when I be doing this, but I really just wanted to kind of focus on this review. And I also want to point out right away that it's a review of the events, the venue, what I feel like were some missed opportunities and things of that nature. It is not necessarily a recap of anything outside of that, which is why I called it a review instead of a recap. Like, I'm not going to recap any of like whatever drama might have been going on, like because again, first of all, I wasn't involved in it. Thank goodness. I wasn't involved in any of it. There was a lot to go around. From what I understand, again, I don't know because I wasn't involved. But I do want to speak directly to, first of all, those who did not go and kind of wanted to get an idea overall of the events themselves. And hopefully, I can get a couple of the admins or whoever, because I'm gonna tagged on this episode, and hopefully I can get somebody over there to listen. I know that there's going to be a feedback form that's going to come out, but I feel like I can express myself a lot more here, and so that they can really hear what I felt and how I felt that this went. Now, y'all know, if you've been here before or if you have been to my stream, you guys know what type of person I am. I'm gonna be straight up and down about some shit. You also know that I'm going to be honest and truthful, and I'm gonna say what the fuck I mean, like, and mean what the fuck I say. So if anybody take any type of they feel a way about it, I really don't care. Like, Let me just get that out there. I do not care, because this is my perspective and my own review of how I felt these things went. And that's that on that. So, what I decided to do was I said, let me go ahead and pull up the website because after, first of all, yes, let me go ahead and pull up the website and then we can just start from there. Hold on a second. Look, corporate America, let me share my screen. Let me make sure that I am doing the right thing here because I want to make sure. Um, Boom, that you guys can see me and see the screen. Which I won't be able to see me while I'm looking at the screen, but that's just because I don't have my other screen hooked up. But whatever. So, um, Livefest. Let's look at this here. So if you look at the website, so this website actually came about like right after the tickets started to go on sale, and I kind of wanted to just give you guys an overview of what Livefest is, right? So I wanted to get it directly from the website. Livefest 2024 is a live community only event. It is a 3-day affair where you can meet your favorite top badge and VIPs in person. So, basically what that means for people who are not streamers or who are not familiar with the streaming community, um, there is a group called the Meet Group. And the Meet Group, let me look at this. The Meet Group consists of these 7 apps. So you have Meet Me, you have Tag, you have Kick, Scout. I think this is Lovu. I think that's how you say that. Moko and Zeus. So you guys, when you see these brands, you probably think more so of like dating. Again, Meet Me is like a dating app. Tag, that's at one point in time, I tell this all the time, was like a website. It was a social website, and it was kind of like a cross between Black Planet and MySpace. Like if you log into the actual website on a computer today, it'll still look exactly like it did back in the day. It'll look like a MySpace page. It'll look like a Black Planet page. It gives you all of the nostalgic feels. I believe you probably can still like change the background and all that stuff to however you want it. Like, I'm pretty sure that you can still do that. Now, I was surprised to see that Kick was involved in this because I remember I had a Kick maybe, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago. And Kick was more just like a messaging app, right? But you could like message like random ass people. I don't know. It just became too much. I probably had it, a couple of months and then I was done with it. And I think I only got on there because I think you could do group chats back then. And there were a couple of people that had group chats and we were, communicating on there, but it didn't last long for me. Scout, Lovu, Moko, and Zeus. I don't really know anything about any of those apps. Moko, I know that it's the only thing I know about that is it's a little bit more relaxed as far as content is concerned in comparison to Tag. I don't have a Meet Me account. I don't stream anywhere but on Tag, and I don't plan on changing that. I just don't feel like going app to app and probably seeing the same damn people, right? Like I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's different people, but I don't, it's just nothing that I feel like doing. So I wanted to get that out the way just to let you know who put this on and who it's for. Now, if we go back to the event info page and it says a 3-day affair of where you can meet your favorite top badge and VIP in person. I am a top badge, which means I am a top streamer on the app. I was chosen. I met the criteria and was chosen to be a part of this group that is supposed to be, um, kind of like an elite group on the app, right? We're kind of like the faces of the app. We have a little badge next to our name whenever you see us pop up in a stream or you come to our stream or even on the front page of of the stream of the live page, when you go on there, you'll see that we have a little badge over there in our name. And again, that basically just means that we met the criteria to be a top streamer and was chosen by the administration of Tagged or the Meet Group to represent the app. That's what that means. VIPs are the spenders of the app, right? So you have different tiers of VIPs, and I just again, I just kind of want to make sure that you guys understand what this stuff means and who was initially invited to this event. So you have a green VIP, you have a purple VIP, you have a black VIP, and you have a teal VIP, respectfully. Like that's the tier that of how it goes up, and it means is you've spent X amount of money on this app in each one of these phases. So the lowest phase is green, the highest phase is teal. Um, I honestly can't. I don't be knowing off the top of my head like what the numbers are. I just know like for that teal VIP, it's like you have to be in like the top 10% or something like that. Like of again, this is per month, and from what I understand, that can mean anywhere from like like $10,000 on up. Like again, I ain't never gonna be in that teal part, and also as a top badge, you'll never really see how much money I spend on the app. But I can guarantee you it won't be at the no teal level. Uh, also, and then I know you're probably like, okay, well, what do you spend money on the app for? Well, it's kind of like I don't know if you're familiar with, and I don't have a TikTok, but I know that TikTok live, when you go live on TikTok, people can give you gifts. So that's what it means. You have to swipe your card and get points, or on Tagged it's called gold, and you can use that gold to give people gifts, and there's a variety of gifts. So VIPs are the people who are supporting the streamers, basically, is how that's supposed to work. So they spend the money, they get the coins, and then they give us gifts for whatever content, whatever contest, whatever is going on. That's what they use that for. So those are the people who are initially invited. After that, once the tickets are sold out, because it's sold out actually pretty quickly. um the first wave of tickets, then what they'll do is they'll open it up for anybody else that might want to grab a ticket. The tickets were like 125, I think. So you can once they open it up, they'll it this time around they opened it up, and I think it was sold out the same day. So anybody that was not a VIP or had not made VIP, I'm guessing over the past year or something like that, I'm not even really sure about that, but and they open it up so that they can also have a chance to come. So it's my understanding that this event is an appreciation event for top badge and VIPs, and you know, and then after, if there's still tickets available, if they're able to make tickets available, they will let people outside of those two criterias come and get a ticket and come as well. Now, if you did not get a ticket and you showed up at the door, you were paying $250. Now, do I think that was a little much? Absolutely. But people did it, and I know that they know that people were going to do it. Do I think that that was extremely excessive? Absolutely. I would have thought, let's see, if it was 125, maybe like a $50 fee at the door, or maybe even 200, but 250, that was just, come on now, y'all. That was ridiculous. Um so that is an overview of what Livefest is. So let's go into and talk about the venue. The venue that they decided to have Livefest at was called the Orlando World Center Marriott. Now, the Orlando World Center Marriott is a resort, and it's a family resort. It's like really close to Disney. And this is a picture of it here. It was really nice. It was really, really nice. They had like two really, like they had the one big pool, and then on the other side they had what do you call it? Like a kind of like a water park. Well, kind of like it was a water park. They had like big slides. They had the lazy river. Um, just about just like family fun type of things for the pool. On the inside, they actually had a small arcade, which was pretty neat. They had several restaurants in there. The only two that I ate at the, gosh, I don't even, was it Latitude, Longitude, I think it was called, which was kind of like a common resort type of cafeteria, I guess you could call it, because they had like a big buffet, and then they had like you can get stuff made to order, right? I ate there for breakfast once. I got the buffet because it was the cutoff time had gone off for to get the stuff made to order. But there's also on the buffet you could get stuff made to order, right? You can get pancakes, y'all know that's my shit. French toast made fresh, and omelets made fresh. And then they had, again, just a really big buffet. Now, this was not all inclusive. I'm typically used to staying at all inclusive resort. But this was not all inclusive, so I did have to pay for it. It was like $30 for the breakfast buffet. But I mean, was it worth $30? Nah, probably not. But it was good. Like it was decent. I'm not even like complaining about it or whatever. And again, like I said, they had a few different restaurants there. Overall, I think that the venue was really, really nice. But I'm gonna come back to talking about the venue when I come to talk about no, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna say it now. So what I feel like, and I think I can be done with this. I think I can be done with this whole website thing. Um, what I felt as far as the venue was concerned, I I feel like although it was a very nice venue and it was not super expensive. I mean, like for a venue, like for a resort type of venue, it wasn't super expensive with the block that they had. I do feel like it was inappropriate for the type of event that this was, right? And I say that because one part of streaming on Tagged Alive is you cannot have minors in view of your stream. So if the what they call mod bot, which is like a moderator, like a AI type of bot that can detect these type of things, because there's a couple of things you can't do while you're streaming, right? You're not supposed to drive. You're not supposed to again have minors in view, like no illegal type of activity. You ain't supposed to be on there flashing no guns like a jackass. Like you're not supposed to be doing any of these things, right? But the one thing that, again, every time that I got ready to stream, I thought about, oh, there's kids around here everywhere. I streamed anyway. I just went on ahead and took the chance because everybody else was streaming too. So I'm like, I'm at a streamer event. And not now, let me back up just a little bit too. If you know me, you know that when I go places, I don't typically just be having my phone out. Like I'm not like, okay, I went to the Meg concert, I took a couple of pictures, I took a little bit of video, and that was the end of that. Like I was not trying to just sit up and hold my phone, but I had prepared myself mentally for this because I knew that this was a streamer event. And I knew that a lot of people would be streaming throughout the entire weekend, no matter where we were at and what we were doing. And there are people who again couldn't make it and wanted to kind of be a part of it. So I wanted to make sure that those that are part of the Liddy committee, they could see, kind of be interactive and see kind of the things that were going on. Um, so for that reason, I just didn't feel that this was like the best place to have such an event. We also knew that folks were going to be dressed in a way that was probably not, family friendly. Like, I mean, we knew this. I mean, if you could click on anybody, and this is no shade, because you know what I'm saying, I like to walk around with my titties out half sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? I like, always got my ass out, always let my titty show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to do that type of shit too. Like, little grown up shit. Um, so, but we kind of knew, that that would be a part of the deal, right? So I think because of that as well, it just wasn't the best place to have such an event. Now, in talking to somebody that was there about this, one thing that they did bring to my attention was they said, and because again, I said I was going to be fair about this, and I was going to say, kind of try to tell it all and look from all different angles of how this event went. Someone said, well, I think that's why for all of the events, the actual events that were going on, like they were kind of like in secluded areas, kind of. So like the main events that they had were like that were at the hotel were all like in conference rooms, so you can only enter these places if you had a wristband or a lanyard on that said you were a part of the event. So it wasn't going to be like no random kids or no random people just walking in there, which is typical of like a conference, right? And also there were two events that were off site that they bussed us to. So, of course, there wasn't going to be any kids at those events. They rent both places, they rented out the whole situation, and it was just us. So, if that was the intent, if that was what the intention was, like to make sure that they're, so I get it. However, I do feel like that if it's going to be at a resort type of place, that it should be an adult themed resort and not necessarily. And I'm not saying like hedonism or no shit like that. I'm just I'm just saying like an adult only type of resort. Um if it's going to be at a resort, because again, it was just, if there were kids, it was children everywhere. And we all risked the um the fact of getting banned. We all did. We all risked, had a risk when we went. And I'm sure that, we kind of probably could have got it cleared, or, we probably could have, went to a admin and said, hey, and so, and some of the times like these type of bans like are not like permanent bans. They're, maybe a few hours or whatever. But even still, if you're trying to stream, if you're trying to catch some things, like you don't want to be banned because you're in a venue with a whole bunch of kids. Like, so that's what I felt about the venue. Overall, it was really nice. The rooms were nice. The food was decent. Um, and I don't know. I guess that's that as far as the venue. Now, let's get to the events. So let me look. I probably should have shared again so that I could show y'all the lineup how it went. Let's see. Here we go. Mm, give me a second. Okay. Let me see. Let me make sure. Is it showing? Oh, wait. There we go. Okay. So here were the lineup of events. So let's start with Friday. Friday, of course, you have registration. There was a little welcome or whatever that they did. And then I don't know exactly what they meant by like live programming. What was this? That was, oh, they don't have the stuff up here. So the live programming was, and I think they don't even have it all up here, y'all. So basically what it was, they had a couple of events that they had planned. So they did a live blind date. So on the app, there's a date box, like a date feature that you can put up, and you can time it anywhere from like 1 to 5 minutes, and people can get up there, and like it's kind of like a speed dating thing, right? A lot of the streamers don't use it for that. A lot of the streamers use it to, one, drive people into the stream, because you go end up being on a whole separate tab, and so it's not necessarily like a streaming boost, but it's kind of like a kind of like a streaming boost, right? You go live, you hit the date, and if people have their notifications on, they get a notification saying, "Hey, Autumn the Aries is live and ready to date," or something like that, right? Again, I don't use it because y'all know I don't date nobody on there, but I don't use it for that. I use it as a form of people just getting up there to say hello to me. So a lot of times I let that shit count down. I don't even hit the date button unless it's somebody that I already know and we're having a conversation and whatever have you. But they also have a blind date one where it's the exact same concept, but when you get up there, they can't see you. They can't see you. It's like pixelated, and then as it counts down to the end, it shows your face, right? So it gives you a real blind date feel. So I was in there. I watched a little bit of the blind date. I think it was just one. It was just one of the blind dates things that I watched, and it was kind of like that TV show. I don't even really remember what the name of the TV show was, but you know how they have the three contestants on one side, and then they have the person that they're trying to date on the other side of the little divider or whatever, and they did it like that. So I thought that was pretty neat. I thought it was cute, whatever. So they had that. What else did they do on? Let's see. They had a talent show. I caught a little bit of the talent show. And the person I caught, I'm sorry, I don't remember their name. I think they're from Meet Me. And they actually it was a white guy, and he was like a hip hop artist, and he had this whatever song it is being played on the radio right now. So he was up there giving a couple of bars here and there. It wasn't a whole like for both of these events, like it's not like the room was filled up because again, that's one of the things is a lot of people were just kind of doing their own thing. I would have loved to see more people in these events, supporting and participating in these events. I would have loved that, but it just didn't happen that way. So yeah, they did a talent show. The other thing that they did was a fashion show. Oh wait, that was on Saturday. So let me see what else. Let's talk about Friday. Continue to talk about Friday. They did so at 2 and 3 o'clock, and they did the rundown. So for those of you that don't know, every Friday at 2 p.m. on Tag, they do a rundown. It's about 30 minutes long, and it is hosted typically by Chris Casper. He gets up there and he talks about different events and different updates that are going on with the app, any new special features. That is also where he announces new people who have become top badge. And there's now a top badge of the week. So if someone was nominated top badge of the week, he announces those there. And that's really what all it is: features, new feature shows, anything that's going on, any type of updates. If you want to stay up to date on what's going on in the app, typically you want to be at the rundown in the Top Streamer official stream at 2 p.m. So that's what that was. Basically, they just did people that became top badge. One was Sunday, and the other, I think his name was Frank. Let's be Frank or something like that. I don't know either one of them personally, but congratulations. And I don't know what happened at the Meet Me rundown because I don't know none of them niggas anyway. So that's what the rundown is, and then at 5:30. So what they did was, like I said earlier, they chartered some buses to take us off site to a couple of different events. This event was a rooftop party. I honestly don't even remember the name of it, of the place that we were at, but they rented the whole place out. And honestly, it was pretty cool. Like, it was a long drive. I think it was down. We ended up being down in downtown Orlando, And um when we walked in, it was almost kind of like a big old like warehouse loft feel for me. I don't know, that's kind of how it felt. It was They had a couple of bars. It was all open bar. They had like food. It was kind of like appetizer. So what did they have that day? It was they had like some tacos, like a taco station, and what was the other thing? Hell, I don't remember, y'all, but it was just like kind of like finger foods. It wasn't nothing like to write home about. The open bar was cool. Somebody was saying that they thought the liquor was cheap, or it was in like plastic bottles, but I didn't see that. I saw actual like bottles of liquor. I don't know what they were saying, but what they should have done was to make sure that they told people to bring cash so that they could tip the bartenders, because of course they didn't say that. People don't carry cash all like that. I just so happen to have cash, so I made sure I tipped when necessary. But the best thing I feel like um about this particular event were the illusionists that they had. Is that a word? I don't know, I just made it up if it's not. When you first walked in, there were two people. One was like a headless type of deal. And I think hopefully y'all, one of the pictures on Instagram, I need to repost these. It was like a headless situation. Like they had a hat in their hand. They were like really tall. They had a hat, but they didn't have a head, right? They had a neck. They didn't have a head. They had this big umbrella. It was almost like, I don't know, it was like being in a movie. I thought it was really cute and I thought it was really neat. Then they had a woman, I'm gonna say like a woman of many faces, who had on like a 19 like 40s or 50s type of dress, and she just had like three or four faces that went around her whole head and it rotated. I thought it was neat as fuck, y'all. Like I thought it was pretty damn neat. It was creepy. She was creepy. I'm not gonna lie, she was creepy, but I thought it was neat. It was pretty cool. At some point, it was like this penguin, this like blown up penguin or whatever that was hopping around. I thought that was funny. They also had outside, when you go out onto the rooftop, they had people drawing things. So it was almost like a coaster, like the size of a coaster, and it had Livefest on it. And I'm so mad that I just didn't wait in line to get it. But y'all, I was hot as hell and I was over it. Um, when you turn it on the other side, it was just like blank. But if you sat there, if you stood in line and you sat down, they would draw your face. You know how they have those like characters, y'all, where it doesn't look just like you, but it's like a drawing, this funny looking drawing of you. So they were doing that. I thought that was neat. They also had a photo booth, where you could get your live fest photo going on. They had some props in there that you could use. I took a picture with Top Badge Black Diamond and Top Badge Coco Ma. And we was cute. We was real cute. It was so much fun. That was fun. What else did they have there? They had a DJ. I'll talk about music later. And then Jim B, who I believe is like the CEO of the Meat Group. I'm hoping I get that right. He got up there and expressed his appreciation, and just gave a little speech or whatever, what have you. But the best part, y'all, oh, damn, and I didn't bring it upstairs. The best part of the rooftop event was the magician that they had. Or is he an illusionist? I don't know. This man, damn it, y'all, and I didn't get it. Let me see if I can find his name real quick. This guy blew my damn mind, y'all. Like, let me see. I'm gonna look because I've saved up. Let me see. His name is. I gotta find it. Oh God, it's got to be up here. His name is, because I need y'all to look him up. His name is, I can't find. Oh, Wayne Hoffman. Hoffman. Wayne Hoffman. This man came to our table and he said, I've been hired to entertain. I'm a mind reader and I'm gonna see if I can read you guys' mind. So he performed his ass off. I volunteered. I've never done anything like this, y'all. Like I've never like been involved in anything like this. So he said, I want you to think of a number. I want you to think of a number and I want you to just really think about it. And he said, just put it in your mind. And he kept like, it's almost like he was looking into my soul, y'all. And he was looking and he started writing down on a piece of what do you call it? Like just a little card, note card. And it was blank when he pulled it out. And he wrote down, he started writing and he looked at me again and he started writing and he looked at me again. And he said, tell everybody what your number is. And I picked some numbers that's significant to me, 722. Niggas. Why did he open that card and it said your number is 722? I have it in my wallet right this minute. I had to keep it. I was blown up. This I don't know this man from Eve, okay? I don't know this man. This man don't know nothing about me. There was nothing about me or anything that I had on that would have had him guess uh these numbers, which is 7 for, the 7 founders of Sigma Gamma Rho and 22 for the year that Sigma Gamma Rho was founded, right? I just could not, I was so blown away. He also, one of the ladies that was there, that was at the table, first, did somebody challenge him to guess her password for her phone? I think somebody challenged him to do that. And he said, well, what I'm gonna do, I want her to guess my password. He said, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about it. And I want her to read my mind. And she's going to do. And she did. The first time she got it wrong. But the second time she got it right. I could not freaking believe it. She was like, so, like, she just could not believe it. And then of course, he guessed hers. He was like, I'll never tell a soul. He also did a person. So he told her to think of a person who was near to her, and like he really talked her down and talked her through it, and he said, you know what, this person probably is known by a couple of different names, but this is the name that you wrote, and it was correct. Like she almost cried, and it was like her either her dad or her granddad, something like that. Like I was blown away, y'all. So kudos to the meat group for hiring Wayne Hoffman. Top badge, God, what is his name? Top Badge Brian um had Wayne make a tagged account. He had him made a tagged account right on spot. So even now I don't know if he's ever gonna use it, if he's ever gonna go live, but he's definitely on there. If you ever want like any type of magic, whatever, like hire that man. Like he was that thing. Like he did that shit. So yeah, so then that was the best part about it. But overall, I mean, it was cool. Like the rooftop party was cool. Saturday, again they had like registration, and then the live programming for Saturday was a fashion show. Was it something else? I feel like something else happened too. I can't remember. They had a fashion show. I missed the fashion show, but this is what I heard about the fashion show. What I heard about the fashion show, like somebody described it as like Oscar so white. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that hashtag Oscar so white? And from what I understand, the person who won the fashion show. Now, let's talk about this because y'all know how we do if when we get in fashion shows. Like we gonna put that shit on. So I'm pretty sure, even though I wasn't there, that people put that shit on. And also they I think they had to come dressed for whatever they were going to wear to the uh live community awards. So the live community awards was a formal event. So just think about that. Like, this is what the attire for the fashion show was supposed to be. It was supposed to be for, the same type of attire going into a formal event. And from what I heard, I don't know, I wasn't there, but from what I heard, somebody in a beater won the whole fashion show. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's just what I heard. I don't know how that was. I don't know how that worked. I wasn't there. That's just what I heard. So, whatever. Wasn't there. Can't even really give y'all no review. I'm only telling y'all what I heard. Then they had the live community award. Also, I'm sorry. After on Friday, after the rooftop party, there was an after party back at the hotel. It was over like that. Like, by the time we got, we changed our clothes and came downstairs, and whatever, it was over. Like, so, and like, something was going on with the music. It was terrible. I don't know what the hell was happening with the sound. It was bad. But I think we caught like three songs at the end, and that was that. They had a bar outside. It wasn't open bar. They had a bar right outside of the thing. You had to pay for it. People were upset about that. I don't know. I didn't get anything to drink down there. Whatever. So anyways, back to Saturday. Saturday, there was the live community awards, and baby, when I tell you again, we put that shit on, honey. What? I got my face done, my makeup done for the first time ever. I have never had a full face of makeup. Top Badge Black Diamond did the damn thing. I was very reluctant. Y'all know how I feel about it. Like, I just don't do makeup. I don't want to get in the habit of putting on makeup all the time. I feel like it's like, I tell the story all the time about how my sister, when she was in high school, my sister's 9 years older than me, and I always wanted to be just like her. And she would get up like 2 hours early before she had to go to school. She was a cosmetology student in high school. She was a model, all that stuff. And she would get up and she would do her face and her hair, and like would just be like so freaking glamorous and so pretty. And I just always wanted to do that. And then I realized that I'm not that nigga that be wanting to get up early, so I scratched all of that. So since then, all you've ever seen me in is maybe some lipstick or lip gloss, maybe a little eyeshadow. But that's it. I think I maybe have worn foundation less than a handful of times. But Black Diamond, she probably took about 30 minutes, beat me down, honey, to the gods, and I didn't even know who I was when I looked in the mirror. Like, I still can't believe it. I'm still looking at those pictures, and I'm like, oh my god, I felt so pretty and so beautiful. And I put my gown on, and baby, it was royal blue, and I had on this gold shawl, and I had on these gold sparkly shoes, and I just knew I was that bitch. Like, wasn't too much you could tell me, right? Black Diamond put on her silver dress. We were formal, down, and ready. Okay. We stepped in the place to be. I say about 85% of the people followed directions and put on formal gear. We was also late, by the way, but whatever. Put on formal, clothing. I think the setup of the event show of the award show was nice. Like, they had like these dancer, like these almost like a show. What do you call them? Like show case dancers. Like, I can't even. I don't even know what I want to call them. But they had like these little dancers up there, and people had on suits, and they were giving out their awards. But when we got there, like the people that got the awards, I didn't know any of them initially. The food was the typical banquet food. They had an open bar. The food was, they had like, it was pasta, so they had like salad, and then they had like a vegetarian pasta. They had like a pasta that had like chicken in it, and then they had a pasta that had like a beef brisket or something, which is what I got, and it was actually really really good. Had to put a little salt and pepper on there. Y'all know how that go. But it was good. Um, And then they had like some little pastries or whatever. I didn't get any of the pastries, but again, it was typical banquet food. If you've ever been to a banquet, this is what banquet food is like. So again, I went in there, I wasn't expecting anything more, anything less. It just was what it was. I didn't know any of the people that had gotten these awards until they got to the last two. So the one award was, I don't know, maybe was it like a top streamer award or something like that. I can't even remember what it was, but the number one stunner got that one, and I think you guys may have heard me talk about him before. He is like the number one all time like diamonds. He has the most. He has like 3 billion diamonds. Like now, just to put that into perspective, I have 17,000 diamonds on my board. He has 3 billion. So like he is the number one stunner. Like his, but what brought me the most joy was the icon award was given to, her name is Jamila Joy. She is the queen of content. She puts together a lot. She contributes a lot to the community with her content. And that award, like nobody knew who was gonna get it, but when they started telling, doing like the little puns and giving the little hints or whatever, and we were all just so very happy for her. So again, congratulations, Jamila Joy, you deserved it. Icon of the year, like I fucking love it. Like she ended her speech like, because I don't know if y'all know this, like we had the app BLK was like connected with us, and then in January there was like a split, and it was just like nobody knew what was gonna happen. Me personally, I wasn't giving a damn. I ain't, but whatever. I guess it was like a huge deal that they split or whatever. And the end of her speech, she said something along the lines, and I'm paraphrasing, of they thought that we wouldn't be able to survive without them, and we're doing great, we're thriving, and that's because they not like us. And y'all know I like that line, because y'all know how I feel about it. So that was Saturday, so that was cool. Again, the after party was no after party. We got down to the after party. It was supposed to be at like 10:30, which was um the updated thing that we got in our email. There was no DJ. I don't even know when the DJ got there. We sat in the lobby for a long ass time. And what happened was the lobby ended up being the after party. So what we ended up doing, one of Black Diamond's friends came and picked us up. We went to like this little old school spot, little American Legion situation. Y'all know where all the old cat daddies was at, and we had a good ass time. So that was that on Saturday night. Sunday they had a what they called a beach barbecue. We again got on the bus. They took us. So everybody speculated that we were going to like Cocoa Beach, because we were in Orlando. So there's Orlando is not surrounded by water. Or either Cocoa Beach or Daytona Beach. I guess those were the closest ones. Well, we drove like 15 minutes up the street, and we were at this place called Paradise Cove, which is like a more of like a wedding venue. They rented the whole place out. They had like a band that was kind of like for weddings, like a wedding band. They catered. They had like pulled pork and um, like pulled pork sandwiches and pulled chicken and baked beans and coleslaw, lemonade. Like just they had that catered in, so it wasn't like an actual barbecue. They just had like some pulled pork brought in or whatever. It was decent. Um, what I liked the most about on machine, I should have went back and got 2 or 3 of them bitches, but I only got one. Um, what else did they have? It was on like a lake, and it was kind of like a little man-made beach. It had sand. They had like, I don't even know if anybody got on like the kayaks or the um the jet skis, because they had that out there. Um, that was really it. I mean, for the for the barbecue, we stayed for a couple hours and then we was out of there. Um, and that was that. That was Live Fest. Like that is what the events were. So quickly, I know this is has gone over way longer than what I wanted it to, but whatever. I want to talk about some missed opportunities. Um, and I really hope that there's like people are still listening if they decided to listen to this so that they can understand. Now, let me talk about me and conferences for a minute. Again, I'm in two sororities. I've been to plenty of conferences. I've worked in corporate America for many years. I've been to corporate conferences. Um, I've even participated in the planning of these conferences, a lot of these conferences. So I think I might know a little bit about conference planning and trying to get the right amount of people there and, things of that nature, right? Um, missed opportunity number one. Missed opportunity number one was the DJs. Tagged again. I don't know about Meet Me. I don't know what they doing over there. Scout, Kick, whatever. Tagged has so many great DJs. So many great DJs. And when I say great, when I think of a great DJ, I'm thinking of a person that can basically get any type of party popping. So it did, and I'm not just saying that this would have been, like a hip hop thing or, rap or ratchet or whatever. However, we got none of that. And it was needed, whatever. But these DJs are able to DJ any genre or to mix them all. There are several. One I could think of off the top of my head, DJ My My. It was Pride any damn way. We should have had DJ My My there. You understand what I'm saying? And let me tell you why this is a missed opportunity. When you start to hire people from the app that you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like that you're promoting and this event is for us with my or any other DJ Brooklyn, whoever, any of these DJs that could have come to this event, they would have brought people with them. You feel me? They would have convinced more people to come. And the thing is, like, one thing that people complained a lot about was they felt like there were more people there from like Meet Me and the other apps than it was from Tag. And again, this would be for Tag, like this would be a way, because if somebody I knew was like, or somebody that was in entertainment or something like that, I knew was gonna be there, what I'm saying, that makes you kind of want to be there, right? Like you want to bring your tribe, you want to go and be with your tribe or whatever. So I feel like that was a huge missed opportunity. Like there's so much talent on the app that we could have gotten to come and do this. Like, I don't know why you guys did not pick or did not even think to solicit the people that are on this app. These DJs on the app DJ all types of events on the app. They're DJs outside here, but we pay them to DJ on the app. Why wouldn't you get one of those? I don't know. But you need to put that into consideration. The next big miss, huge miss, was why were there no vendors? Specifically, why was there not an official meet me tagged whatever like meet group vendor where people could have purchased um items relevant relative to this event? There was somebody else that was selling some stuff that I don't think that they had anything to do with y'all. But why was there not an official? That's one thing I do. When I go to conferences, when I go to places, I'm trying to get some merch. Like I needed me a coffee mug. I needed me a t-shirt. I got this t-shirt because I became a top badge. Like you don't have to have this exact t-shirt because this is top badge specific, but you could have had like a different type of top badge shirt. You could have had a VIP shirt. You could have had anything, any type of merch, anything that was relative to streaming. You could have sold selfie sticks. You could have had lights. Like, I mean, there's so many different things that you could have kind of capitalized on, and we would have bought the shit. Like, I know I would have, you know what I'm saying? Like I would have been, it would have been exciting for me to come home with something that said outside of the, because they did give us a backpack, y'all. They gave us a backpack with the marker with the intents for people to sign it, kind of like a yearbook feel. Um, but outside of that, it would have been so great had there been like a vendor there. And not also, again, not just a vendor for that type of merch, but other vendors. Like there are people, again, on the app who have things that they sell. They could have been there, they could have brought their things, you could have made a vendor fee, they could have brought their things, and we could have, helped them grow their business. They get on these apps to promote their businesses. Like I don't know, but they do. They get on these apps to, just like my reason for streaming initially. Let me take this part down. My reason for streaming initially was to come and to promote my podcast. So there are so many other people that are there to network and to promote things, and you're making money off of them. So like why not just set up some vendors? And if you feel like you need to, I know some places when they do vendor have vendor signups, they ask for like a sample of their products and stuff like that. You could pay a little fee and get a sample of their products to see if it's something that you want to have, if it's of quality for you to have at your event. And I think that it would have been a huge hit. Y'all would have made a little bit more money, they would have made some money, we would have come home with some nice things. And I think that that's something that you should incorporate in the future. Another thing that's kind of relative to like the whole DJ thing, there probably should have been like a part of the content probably should have been featured shows. So maybe there could have been like two featured shows that could have happened in person. Now, what made me think about this was the fact that there's a group on Tag called the Scouts, Casper and the Scouts. Okay. The Scouts are big, it's a whole bunch of them. Several of them are top badges at this point. It would have only made sense to have Casper, to have approached Casper and said, hey, why don't you come and do Geek Out for Livefest? We'll comp your ticket and you come and do this in person. And you know what that would have done? That would have had the other top badges in his circle and the VIPs that are in his circle would have been more inclined to come to Livefest to do this in person. Modern Day Bay, she has a really nice show. She could have done that in person. You feel where I'm coming from? Like she's also a part of the Scouts. And I'm just using them as an example because I know that they have like kind of a huge presence on the app. Like people love them, and it's one of the like quote unquote families that seem to be doing things right. You know what I'm saying? So and I respect them, you know what I'm saying? So like if you would have approached L for Modern Day Bay and said, hey, we want you to come and do this, we could do it in person. And it could have even been like I know that time is of essence and it's a factor, but some of these things could have been going on concurrent, like they really could have. And people could have chosen one or the other to go to. So I think that that was another huge missed opportunity, um for the people on the tag side. um what else? It's Pride Month. Juneteenth is this month. Probably could have been a couple of little more like culture type of events that could have gone on. Again, like a lot of people are feeling like, you know, quote unquote, the culture wasn't like truly represented in the within these events. And I can agree based on the fact that when I first started streaming on Tagged and I looked for them on Twitter, I looked for the official account on Twitter. One of the hashtags is Black Dating App. And there's really nothing representative of Black people. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just let y'all know what it is. Um, did I have a decent time despite that? Yes. But you got to start being a little bit more inclusive. Like, I just think that you'll get a more quality of people to show up and be ready to participate, be ready to actually participate and be active in these events if you decide to include everybody, if you make this a little bit more inclusive. Um yeah, I mean, I think that again, that was a another missed opportunity. And then to close out, I'm going to only say this about the some of the things that were some of the distasteful things that I felt happened at Live Fest. So it's my understanding that people had talks or tried to talk to like certain admins and things of that nature, and they kind of blew them off. And I can believe it because my experience, so my admin is Eden. When I got to the registration table, she was very nice to me. She asked my name. I said Autumn the Air. She said, "Oh, I know you, Autumn. Hey, you're on in the newest top badges." Da, 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 da. She was very friendly with me. Like, I didn't, have any issues with her. Um, However, I hear that she may have been a little standoffish with other people. Also, I what I did see her doing, I feel like some of the negative things that were going on in the background, because it was like some drama going on and all this, that, and the other. I felt like she was so busy trying to, because I did see her, like, she was so busy trying to de escalate those things that, you know, that seemed like it was just top priority. So, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't even really know what to say about that. Um, I had tried to have a conversation with Chris Casper. He kind of blew me off. You know what I'm saying? He blew me off, and then he caught eyes with me again because he knew he blew me off, and he came back over. But even his presence in talking to him, and all I had was just a regular, basic, fun type of question. I wasn't trying to ask him about nobody becoming a top badge. I wasn't trying to ask him about nothing that had to do with nothing. Um, but just to be social. And I feel like he just didn't want to talk to me. Okay, fine. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but I'm not the only person that experienced that. So I would like to see in the future. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put it to you like this. As this was a supposed to be like this great streamer experience and us being able to interact with one another and meet, I think that in the future, one of the another of the missed opportunities was for us to be heard. There should have been some sort of like town hall or something of that nature. And I know that we're on vacation and we're trying to have a good time and y'all really don't want to hear us complain. However, we fund this damn app. It had a very, very, very corporate feel to this whole thing. Very, very fucking corporate. That's again, this was supposed to be vacation, but when it came to trying to approach somebody, trying to talk to somebody, trying to do anything, it felt very corporate, like they were untouchable. And that's not what I would have expected for a a conference or a streamer get together where we're all supposed to be social. So in the future, I feel like there should be maybe on that first night some sort of town hall where or some sort of something where, you know, we can be heard. You've invited your top streamers, you invited your VIPs, which are your top spenders. We should be able to be heard right then and there in person. I know that there's There's a place on the app where you can give suggestions. I know that there's emails, VIP emails, top streamer emails, whatever, that you could give suggestions. I know this, but it would be a lot more personable if there would have been an hour or two where we could have come together and we could have done this in person. And we could have expressed our concerns. We could have expressed our gratitude. We could have, said, hey, here's a good idea that we might have for live. And it would have been, again, a lot more personable because we would have been able to interact with you guys face to face. No, maybe I was about to say no pressure, but maybe it would have been pressure. But, that's what we feel like. That's what I felt like we need. You know what I'm saying? Like, for everybody to be so standoffish on this app that we spend so much time and effort and money on, I think that we should have been granted the courtesy of that. And I understand if you guys had, other things to do and you're like ripping and running and there's other things that you need to tend to, so you couldn't really talk to us on the fly. You should have given us an opportunity to talk to you guys, to have a sit down and talk to you guys about certain things that we feel need to be addressed on the app. And I fucking mean that. So, um, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's really all I think that was, I hope I'm not leaving anything out. I told you guys about the events. I gave you the whole rundown of how they worked. I told you about live and how that works. I told you who was invited to these events, and I gave my opinion on these events, and some of the things that I've heard and listened to. Um, if you would I recommend Live Fest? Yeah, I would recommend Live Fest, like especially if you've never gone. If this is the only time that you would be able to meet your supporters, or if you are just a gifter and you support these people, this would be a great time to come together and meet them. Again, there were a lot of people that stayed off site, like they had Airbnbs, and there were other parties and all that stuff going on. And again, I think, I understand. I think that, people want to move the way that they want to move. I also feel like it kind of overshadows like the actual event. If I were to do something like that, it would probably be during a time where, like, so say for instance, maybe that Thursday night, like I would have, threw an off-site party or something like that, so, or a party after the party, you know what I'm saying, like a party after the after party or something like that, like not during the times that stuff was going on. um because I know, we like to get loose. We likes to do what we like to do. We like to have our time. We like to have our own drink. We might want to smoke a little something. You know what I'm saying? Those are things that we could not do on the resort. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But I think that's it. I think I covered everything. Um, I hope that you guys got out of this what you wanted to get out of this. If you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments. I think this is going to be on, this will be on YouTube. It's on, wherever you hear your streaming music and services. You can hit me up on IG. You can email me, whatever. If you want to come on the show and talk about something, like, let me know. I think that's it. I'm going to go get some rest, y'all. So until y'all hear me or see me again,